everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's the Lions going up against the Falcons.
Thank you very much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL. The National Football League is here and on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Atlanta Falcons. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And the slot man goes in motion left. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Coleman. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down the middle?
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Paul Warrilow not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And the play clock running very low, so Dan Quinn decides to call for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. That's a matchup maybe they go back to their outer third of the field as this game continues.
Yeah, I think back to my high school coach, John Ford. He used to say when we got big plays early in a game or good plays, He'd always say, file it away, lad. File it away, because he'd want to come back to it later in a key situation. They may come back to this one a little more often than that.
Didn't he say laddie or did he say lad?
Yeah, it just depended on what he was feeling at the moment.
Okay, I thought that was the guy you told me about that used to say laddie a lot.
Laddie, when you heard laddie, he was usually in a pretty good mood. Lad, yeah.
On third down, Ryan. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jalen Reeves-Maybin in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down. On fourth down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. Play clock winding down. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. So the Lions go backwards there, and unfortunately that's something they saw a lot in 2015. They had the fewest rushing yards of any team in the NFL.
And it's one of those dubious titles that no one really wants to claim. Even teams who say, well, I'll worry about running it because we throw it all the time. Being able to run it when you want to is a key to success in the NFL, and Detroit struggled doing that.
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Third and long, it's Kaya. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
I'd say that qualifies as a pretty darn good opening series. Get them into third and long, get them out of their comfort zone, and guess what? Get your crowd into it early, too.
A first half update now from Philadelphia. And an early advantage in that one for the Giants. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And here now come the Falcons. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Here's Ryan. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick, but instead it falls down incomplete. Second down here after the incomplete pass. Throwing again. Ryan. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there, and it's third down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
And he better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. On third down, Ryan. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Kerry Hyder able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be fourth down. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over first and 10. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now Riddick. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They go back to Riddick. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now third and 10.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And that is incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So they had great field position, but a 3-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a 3-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They will run again with Coleman. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Jones will come now in motion right. Coleman now. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
On 2nd down, Ryan. On the screen, this is Coleman. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays.
21.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Going underneath, it's Coleman. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. An update from down in Tampa. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. The first run for the backup, Abdullah. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now they'll run it on the toss. Spins away. Room past the 20. Theoretic. He's at the 50. The 30. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Theoretic, 95 yards. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Gabriel, the man in motion. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Around the NFL, second quarter in Chicago. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. To throw again. Ryan throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Falcons on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. Finding Gabriel complete. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now Ryan on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. That was signaling a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. shift together here from the D-line. Sanu, the man in motion right. To throw on second down. Ryan. Looking deep for Gabriel. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the 2014 NFL interception leader, Glover Quinn. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we have reached halftime with a visiting. You folks don't know what you're missing. You're missing Larry Ridley. Ready to get back, though, to this Week 2 matchup. Let's get to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Watch it now, Marty. Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Riddick with a carry. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And, Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd-and-1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
Let's go. Blue landed. Leopard. Here we go. 3-19. Leopard.
Here's Riddick. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. So just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming back. He told her, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later.
And Kaya unable to escape. Tack McKinley in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 8 yards on the run there, and that trims it to a 3rd-and-11 coming up.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
The Lions on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd-and-11.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Gun. No. Check. Patriot.
Kaya looks to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, This feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Second down following the run. From the shotgun, Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Drops it off for Coleman. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it's a second down. Final minute now of the third quarter.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Looking to throw on second down. Ryan got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. First and 10, it's Ryan. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. In motion right is Jones. This is Coleman. He's to the 10, and they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. It's Coleman here, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his second touchdown on the season, and the Falcons have cut it to within a score.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And Detroit getting set to go now. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
This is Abdullah. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he's got it across midfield and down to about the 47-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting to run. Slot man moves right. They'll need to get the play off quickly. A 2nd down run for Abdullah. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They go back to Abdullah on first. And he'll be knocked down sideways. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The play clock's running down. And now with the play clock getting low, Jim Caldwell's going to signal for a timeout. That's going to leave him with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. They'll run left with Abdullah. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be third down. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice.
Here we go. 3-19.
Throwing on third down, Kaya. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Escapes the defender, and now running right through him. And he's going to be run over, hit hard as he'll be marked down. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Here's Coleman, and they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. The Falcons on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they'll send the slot in motion left. On third down, it's Coleman. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game, Although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
They'll try to close it out now. This is Marshall. And some room to roam now. It's a pickup of 13, and with that 13 yards, this ball game just about over.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
The slot man in motion right. They'll run again. This time it's Abdullah. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. On the ground, it's Riddick. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And he missed it. It's no good. On the NFL scoreboard, fourth quarter now at Soldier Field. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for Detroit, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everybody.
you You